Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 10th to the 16th of October 2022. Now all week we have a very harmonic aspect between the Sun, Saturn and Mars. So the Sun is in Libra, Saturn is in Aquarius and Mars is in Gemini. So this will be most impactful for the air signs and also on our way of thinking and perceiving. So this is very helpful because there's lots of big changes going on in the background. Lots of planets changing direction, lots of big themes forming for the winter. So to be able to tune into this harmonic aspect, and it feels like it's summing up the recent Mercury retrograde, which, as I've said before, actually jumps back to the one in Gemini in June as well. So we've had some big themes over the summer, changing perception of self, other, who we really are, how we relate, breaking patterns, removing blocks, and creating greater flow. And this week the grand trine in air signs will really help to bring that home, because what happens with a Mercury retrograde is we have the first phase of awareness, things coming up, the second phase of retrograde, which is things that need to be changed, inner realizations, and then the third phase, we're often older and wiser as a result. So we're now in the rewards part of this, and Mercury moves into Libra on Tuesday, having retrograded from Libra back into Virgo, now back into Libra, and that harmony and balance should come in. A sense of lightness, a sense of freedom, and a sense of being able to take everything joyfully day by day, having stopped the over-planning mind, worrying into the future. So we're looking for a rebalance in who we perceive ourselves to be, our connection to Source, our connection to higher self, our connection to who we currently are in our current expression, and then seeing that actually improve our relationships with others, as we're not so much coming from a place of want and need. We're not trying to control outcomes and work towards a set goal. So freedom, liberation, celebration permeates the air signs this week, and if we can apply what we've learned, then this is part of the growth of consciousness that we're here to explore and express. So well worth taking a look back over the last couple of weeks. Where were you before? What journey have you been on? What have you learnt? And by applying that knowledge, can you see active improvements inside and out? As the Sun moves on and breaks this grand trine, we actually have Venus coming in to make it again. So by Friday, Venus will be making this grand trine. So the whole week is permeated with harmonic energies, and Venus will show us the self-worth and value that we've learnt over the last few weeks. So look to see that reflected back, and even reflect it to others. Take some time to show people their worth and their value, to appreciate them, and to be more present and fun and enjoy the moment. A couple of the bigger aspects going on over the scenes. We've just had Pluto turn direct. So Pluto's in the last few degrees of Capricorn. We've had a good few years of everything being deconstructed to be reconstructed in a simpler core self fashion, rather than relying on the external. And Pluto turned direct at the full moon in Aries at the weekend. So Pluto and Aries are both very powerful energies, and with Pluto especially there's big things moving behind the scenes. We're heading towards January 2024 for Pluto to go into Aquarius. So we can expect this to be a theme through 2023, that which needs to go, that which is crumbling. Just allow that and anchor in your backbone, in your core strength, your uniqueness and your independence, as these changes are supposed to be happening at this time. So the recent full moon in Aries was a very powerful one for that, and also because we have the last square of Saturn and Uranus in play at the moment. Saturn taking us from the old. Saturn in Aquarius is the uniqueness, is the vision, is the core strength, is the permission to be you, your higher expression, is connecting with the fact that you are transmitting on a level of consciousness and receiving back on those frequencies. So to take responsibility for what we're transmitting and change that if we want to receive differently. So huge core strength and wisdom there with the Saturn in Aquarius, but with the square to Uranus in Taurus. Always a challenging aspect, has permeated the last couple of years, but this has been deconditioning the heart from programming, taking us towards unconditional love, the awareness that love is a state of being. It's not something that we seek on the outside or lack in any way. And that has helped us in these current tasks to revalue ourselves and our relationships. And stay present. Taurus is a very heartfelt, loyal and present sign. So that square is now diminishing, but we're going from the old to the new. We're going from restriction to freedom and to sovereign independence. Very much breaking mental, emotional templates and programs so that we can live as our unique expression. But the recent full moon in Aries is beginning a new cycle for the winter, so we have some challenges ahead, and that will be expressed on one level through Mars being retrograde in Gemini. So look to where Gemini is in your chart, because the recent full moon in Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars in Gemini has begun its first phase. So from the 8th of September to the 31st of October, awareness. 31st of October to the 13th of January, recalibration. And 13th of January to the 15th, 16th of March is the older and wiser, apply the knowledge phase. So what does this mean? Well, Mars is where we take our soul force energy and direct it. On a lower level, that can be ego, pushing, trying, controlling. On a higher level, it's valuing our energy, directing it upwards to greater things, not just going along to get along, not conforming, not being part of routines and survival mentality. And Gemini is our mentality, it is our perception. So throughout the winter, we're changing our perception of self, especially how we think, how we perceive ourselves. And with this week's theme of self-worth, it's worth capturing that energy, because what is really worth our energy? Have a look at your weekly routines where you're giving away your time and energy. And as we're coming out of the survival mentality of I have to do this to get money in order to survive, then we're going on a bit of a journey this winter to have a look at seeing that differently. I value my time and energy. I value my skill and my passion and my excitement. Where can I place that for the best possible life? Where can I stop micro-controlling and reinforcing patterns that I've long outgrown, but trust enough to stop? See myself on a soul perspective. What did I really come here for? Where is my excitement? Where is my passion? And where can I direct my soul force energy? So that's going to be a long one all over the winter. As we're seeing the old systems break down, we're the ones that are creating the new ones that are right for us. But the main themes here are very much pause, appreciate, celebrate and reflect on the journey that we've been on with the Mercury retrograde from Libra back into Virgo, and with this grand trine in place made by the Sun at the beginning of the week and then Venus coming along showing the value by the end of the week. Then I feel we can pause, recenter, reassess, apply what we've learnt and find a new sense of balance and harmony that may have been in upheaval over the past couple of weeks. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com, if you'd like a reading, lessons or coaching to find the blocks and dissolve them. It's always a great activity to be able to learn your chart. It's not as hard as you may think. You start with the planets in your chart, your inner universe, feeling into the unique energies that you're already embodying, getting to know those on an intimate level, and then we can look at the current transits and what's happening for you and how to plot the smoothest course ahead. I have a new interview on my YouTube channel regarding the sacred festivals of the year, so I'll be posting a link to that this week as well if you'd like to have a listen, as we're approaching Samhain, which is one of the most popular festivals of the year and a very soulful time. It's good not to get caught up in the plastic trick-or-treat aspect of things, but to really align and harness the powerful energies that this time of year brings. So I'll be posting that on my YouTube channel, zoeastro, and links on my Instagram, zoehind7, and Facebook, astrozo. So those are the horoscopes this week, and I'll see you next week.